Allow me to give you 5 new business ideas. And I bet you have never had this anywhere, right? It is something that I sat there and I said to myself, you know what? Some of it, I don't have time to do it. Some of the things that I'm going to name here is simply because I myself, I don't have time for them. If I had enough team behind me, most of these things here, I would have done it myself. But some of the things that I'm going to name here is because I have realized the need, even for me as a YouTuber in South Africa. I need some of them. If you don't know, I've got a YouTube channel that is now close to 50,000 subscribers, right? Where I deal with crime related stories. I've got a YouTube channel which is above 30,000 subscribers, which it's a channel where I deal with politics, but I'm going to change it later on. It's going to be about a debate show, right? So we're going to have most of the debate show that are going to be happening there. I can guarantee you, I have over 6 YouTube channels, right? And most of them, they are above 1,000 whatever subscribers, right? I just cannot operate in them simply because of time. But having done a lot of work in the other channels, these are the business ideas that are available. And let me make you understand here. The things that I'm talking about, you don't need to probably wait for 3 months, 6 months to make money out of the things that I'm about to name here. I am talking about things that if you've got enough money to buy this equipment or to buy everything or to do anything that is necessary for you to obtain this, definitely sure you will start making money with immediate effect. But before we go on into this, I put it to you that you do the following.
If you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on, good people, because to subscribe it is free, to like the video it is free, to comment in the comment section below it is free of charge, to click the notification bell it is free of charge, to share this video it is free of charge, to watch this video until the end it is free of charge. Also, good people, come on, to watch the ads it's free of charge, and that's how you financially contribute to this YouTube channel. Speaking about financially contribution to the channel, you can become a member of this YouTube channel from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also use the Super Thanks button. In case you don't want to do that, guys, there is a way where you can use my media company banking details to donate to the channel, and you know what I'm saying? Will bring you more, and also guys want to buy more equipment. So the power is in your hands. Please do the honorable thing as we proceed.
Okay, let's start here. I'm gonna start a bit light, right? Allow me to start a light, and then we'll go as we progress. Gonna get a bit harder and harder and harder, right? Number one. Say for instance you want to have a YouTube channel in South Africa and you wanna you're probably dreaming to have that channel yourself. That's where we're going to start. Guys, please, the last one, number 5, is the key. So you have to watch this video until the end. Number 1, freelancing a YouTube channel. Did you know that it is possible to say, you know what, I wish I can build a YouTube channel from scratch, but I do not have that capacity in me right now, or I don't have the resources to do so. You know what you do? Find people like me who've got multiple YouTube channels, right? I've got, there are about 2 channels that are monetized, right? One of them, I forgot to mention, one of them is sitting above 25,000 subscribers. I'm not doing anything on that channel, but it is monetized. The other one is sitting on over 3,000 subscribers. I'm talking about channels that are monetized. I'm not doing anything on those YouTube channels. I'm not saying come and, you know what I'm saying, come after my channels. I'm saying there are people like me. What you need to do, you find that I'm not willing to sell my YouTube channel. Right? Since I'm not willing to sell my YouTube channel, what you then have to do, or you have to ask me is, okay, can we then strike a deal that I can operate on your platform for a specific time, and then when that time expires, then you exit my platform, and then you know what I'm saying? You build your own platform. The advantage is if you're not going to be doing voiceovers in my YouTube channel or in whosoever YouTube channel that you're going to be using, if you're not doing voiceovers, the algorithm will slowly get familiarize itself with your face. This is what is going to happen. Even if you were to do an interview somewhere else, because the algorithm is already familiar with your face, it will push your content to people who have ever watched your content. That's how this YouTube thing works. So, like it or not, you already have an advantage if you were to start afresh your own YouTube channel. Let's get into let's get into this one, the second one now. Business idea number 2 is videography. Guys, videography is when people are involved. Most of the time, a person is involved in the recording of either a podcast or a video, whatever that is have to be recorded in a video format. A person will be involved, and most videography, if you want to be the most effective videographer here, you need to know how sound works as well, because in a podcasting thing, it's not like an SAPC studio or whatever. It's just something small that you can easily manage, right? So you just need to understand how that sound works together with the video. And then you, for instance, if we are shooting a podcast, you are here shooting this podcast, and you are also going to edit this podcast. That is what videographing is all about. But please, as you pursue this thing of videography thing, you must know your thing. Like, most of the time we are doing our look. I'm talking about South African YouTubers, guys. Don't think about American YouTubers. I'm talking about South African YouTubers. And I know for a fact that there are people who are already doing this, right? Okay, let me not drop names, but there are people who are doing that, right? So there is a need for other people and for other content creators, let me say so. There is a need for videographers in this country, but it's something that people don't take it serious. But if you can start this, you will create a lucrative business if you treat it as a business, because it is intertwined. Here, you can start your very own, you can come up with your own material, or you can work with my material. In my case, I've been looking for a videographer, but not a videographer that is going to bring their own material, because now you're going to charge me with your material. Look, I'm going to have to pay for your material. No, I'm looking for a videographer that is going to come here and work with me, right? We can work on a freelancing thing, but I'm looking for a person that is going to come and work with me with my material. You can use your own laptop, fine, but the other stuff is my material. To get a point. Now, let me now get into it gets worse, guys. You need to hear this video. You need to watch this video until the end. Business idea number 3. Business idea number 3, guys. It involves what I call it managing or marketing YouTube channels in South Africa. We do not have that in South Africa. But then I know the term marketing is very broad. So I will have to break it down and make you understand what is this thing called YouTube, this thing called marketing for YouTube channels in South Africa. I have a channel sitting comfortably above 46,000. I'm now close to 47,000 subscribers. I've got a channel sitting comfortably at over 30,000 subscribers. I've got another channel sitting over, look at it. Look, it is over 25,000 subscribers. I'm no longer busy on that YouTube channel, right? I've got other channels. You know what I'm saying? Here's the problem. Most of us in South Africa, we depend on Google revenue for us to make money. Not that there are no YouTube channels in South Africa that makes their money from sponsors and all that, but I'm saying 98% of YouTubers in South Africa, we depend on Google revenue for money. But if you look at the views that we generate on a monthly basis, I've slowed down a bit. Early this year and late last year, I was averaging 500,000 views, if not more than a month. If you take that and you say, listen, this is your responsibility now as you market YouTube channel. You go and find me a sponsor. When I sign a deal, you get your cut, I get my cut. You go your way, I go my way. That is something that is lacking in South Africa. That's why I told you, no one is speaking about these business ideas. If you're sitting at home, you know for a fact that you've been in a corporate space. You know how corporate works. You understand the corporate language. Most of us, YouTubers, we don't understand the corporate language. Even if I were to draft business proposal, I've done that myself, or trying to work with brands and send emails. I've never been successful even till to date. Why don't you make it your business? Why don't you make it your thing that, you know what, I'm going to help YouTubers in South Africa. I'm going to make sure that I connect them to the corporate space. I find them sponsors, people who are willing to market their product. Another problem that I had here, I could have done it myself. I had a plan here. The problem is time. That's why I said in the beginning, some of these business ideas, I can do it myself. It's just that the problem is time. But I can give you this as just a free tip. One of the way in which one can achieve this marketing YouTubers to business and yeah. You don't need to start advertising products for big companies such as Sasol, such as Shoprite, such as, you know what I'm saying, such as the bank, such as you name them, all these big brands. You don't have to start there. You need to start slow. So not slow, but you need to start low. You need to find these small brands. You understand what I'm saying? Work with the small brands. The challenge that I had, I did sample this concept. Sorry, if you can go to a channel called Mtondowe Tusi Media, you will find me advertising. I think I advertised 3 or 4 things there. The other one, the other person that I was advertising product for, she was baking cakes, and I advertised the product. And the disadvantage with that lady was that she is stationary, you understand? And she can only deliver to people who are ordering around her, because she needs to deliver the cake, like this. She can't send the cake via post, right? After doing this, she received calls from Durban. She receives calls from KZN, from Limpopo. I remember her saying, "Hey, Bongs, I'm receiving calls all over the country." The other person that I did this for, it's called Ngema Clothing Store. I remember him showing me an SMS or a message, a WhatsApp message from Namibia, right? Because my YouTube channel is not just in South Africa. It's all over. People are watching all over. So if you find a small business, a person that has got a business, a person that is willing to deliver, a person that can deliver through Korea, if you say, I'm selling this product, and then I advertise your product, because I am advertising your product to my YouTube channel, you're going to get calls from all over this province in this country. You're going to get calls even outside this country. Are you willing to courier your product? Those are people that I can work with, right? So those are people you can start targeting once you build the reputation, because these big brands, before you can work with them, they want to find your track record. So if you can build that track record of, you know what, I've worked with this small business, and from there I went and I worked with this one, from there I went from small businesses to medium businesses. From medium businesses, now I want to work with big corporate businesses. You know what I'm saying? But it has to start small. It becomes your responsibility to find me people that are willing to work with me here, right? That is why I said to you, if you can master this, you'll thank me later. If you can master this, yeah, right? You become the bridge between two people, between a YouTuber who's got audience and a business who is willing to sell a product but did not have the audience. I have the audience. You have the product. You want your product to reach the audience. So we definitely need each other. If you can bridge that gap, you've got a business. It does not matter the qualification. What matters is your ability to close the deal here. I hope I know I'm providing value to this video. I know I'm providing value to your life, right? This is a video that you're supposed to treasure the most. Whether you are being retrenched, whether you want to do this as a side hustle, you can still do it. Whether you are working, but you are looking at expanding and you are looking at coming up with another side hustle, most YouTubers in South Africa, we are lacking when it comes to working with brands. We want to work with brands. I've spoken to a lot of content creators. We want to work with brands, but to get the brands is a difficult thing. Bridge this gap for me. You'll thank me later. I listened to, there's a channel called It is TV. The presenter there is Nkululeko, right? Nkululeko. By the way, when I talk about videographer, Nkululeko work with Justice. Justice is a videographer there. He provides services of being a videographer to a point that he started his own YouTube channel, right? So Nkululeko has got a team behind the scene. That team is the one that, I remember listening to him in some of the podcasts. That team, they are the ones that backs the deal. They always have sponsors. You know what I'm saying? They always have sponsors, people working on them. It's always easy to work with these brands if you have people, a team dedicated to find those brands and convince them to work with you. But because I don't have the time to, you know what I'm saying, spend my day talking to people, trying to convince them to come and do this for me, I'm now focused on the production part, which is to make sure that I create as much audience as possible, right? I'm referencing my other YouTube channel as well. So because I spend time on you'll say it on the production phase, I don't have time I need a team that will now spend their time on the sale part. The sale part is when you find me the sponsor, where I will bring the audience, he brings his product, we together works together to sell his product. In return, I get compensation. You can take this video and ask any content creator and see if they will disagree with what I've just told you now. Now, here is something that is this one, it will require, it doesn't require a lot of financial muscle, but it requires a person who knows what they are doing and a person who's dedicated. Business idea number 4, it is this is something that I've seen. Most YouTubers, for instance, they've got, we earn money that is equals to a lot of people who are earning somewhere in a corporate space. I'll give an example. Not long ago, we had Sims Right. We had Sims Right declaring that she had made about 20,000 rand on YouTube, right? I know YouTubers. As of now, I'm not talking about a hearsay. I know YouTubers. I've seen the payment. I'm talking about people who are earning around 80K on YouTube, right? I know some of them, I was talking to some of them even yesterday. Some of them are earning around 12K, some of them 18K. I was speaking to some of them even yesterday, right? I'm talking about something that I know. You remember when Debuti coming up, showing us that they were making around 30,000 rand a month. Now, I want you to create a system. But before I get to the point where I want you to create a system, these are the problems. Because when you create a system, when you create a product, you are solving a problem. So let me start naming the problems that you have to solve. Look at this. You've got, say for instance, you've got this YouTuber I'm talking about something that I know. This YouTuber is earning 80 something thousand rand a month on YouTube, right? Here's the difficult part. The difficult part is it comes when this person is supposed to get an accommodation, an apartment, for instance. Because it doesn't have a pay slip, usually some companies or some property companies, they don't want to work with this person. He wants a car. Some Dealerships find it difficult to finance that because they say you don't have a pay slip. A pay slip in this country is a very important thing. Like the problems, he wants to buy a camera on credit, for instance, because these are the products that we want. He can't buy this. But if you look at his salary, you find that a person who's earning 15,000 is able to purchase this product on credit. He's earning 5 times the person who's earning 15,000, but he can't purchase this product. Why? If there was a person who were to create a system here, a system that will accommodate YouTubers, right? YouTubers will obviously you'll have to find a way of paying. You understand? But if you were to come up with a system where these YouTubers, if you can prove their payment, then you generate some sort of a pay slip for these YouTubers or something that when they knock on doors easily open for them. If you can find that system, a system that will accommodate content creation, you will make a lot of money in this country. The reason I'm mentioning this, and I mention it as a matter of fact and as a matter of agency, it is because this problem is not only the problem that is facing YouTubers, to be specific. People on Instagram who are creating content, they are facing the same problem. People on TikTok who are creating the content on TikTok but have a good income, they are facing the same problem. In fact, just sum it up by saying content creators of any platform in South Africa, they struggle. If you can create this system, right, not only do you have an advantage in terms of database, a database where you can use to even make more money. You can create the system for free. But I'll give you this idea. Think about it. If you are helping all these YouTubers in this country, you've got the system. You go to companies that are selling cameras. I just bought this camera here. It was 15,000. I bought it 1 month ago. This mic, it came with this camera. It was 15,800. A camera is a need. I'm even thinking now that I'm going to need a mic that's wireless mic. Think about it. If you can create this system, not only do you now target or you want to open doors for content creators in South Africa, in terms of when they apply for cars, but you can also work with dealerships directly and say, listen, I've got YouTubers. I've got 10 YouTubers who are looking for cars, right? What are you giving me in return? If I give you these 10 YouTubers who are looking for a car and you approve them, what are you giving me in return? You've got a card there. We need internet as YouTubers. If you've got the database of YouTubers and you go there and you do the research and you find the perfect internet for all YouTubers in South Africa, and you come to them and say, listen, this fiber is more stable than this, and you give you show a proof, who wouldn't take it? I'm just giving you pure business ideas in South Africa. And you don't have to be broke to start this. You don't have to be unemployed to start this. Even those that are working, as long as you've got a spare time to start this, you'll thank me later. You can provide a lot of services. We need phones. You can bridge the gap between us and the other side of the world where it's difficult to get a phone. So you can just say, you know what, I've got Bongani who's a content creator. And they said, how much is he earning? You said, I make an example. He's earning 30,000 a month, but he's looking for an iPhone, right? Already, I don't have to now struggle. Already you are bringing services. These people will come to me and say, Bongs, here's a paperwork online, son, blah, 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 blah. I don't have, I just tell them I need iPhone 15 Pro. You know what I'm saying? They just deliver the iPhone 15 Pro. You know what I'm saying? If you can, there are a lot of things that you can do. You can sell any product to us. We will buy it. Products that are relevant. You understand? If you can create this system, once you have the database, I've just given you more ideas in terms of what you can do with the database. If you can have the database, look, information, guys, is very expensive. If you can have the information, you can even work with SARS and say, listen, I want to bridge the gap of content creators paying tax, but I want you to give this. I want you to give them discount. How do we work together? You know what I'm saying? You can work with any institution. We want to live in fancy suburbs because we now qualify. We now have the money to look. We can afford to pay that, but we can't live there because we don't have the pay slip. But if you bridge that gap, we want reliable internet. There are a lot of things you can research and find things that these people are looking for in this category. I myself, some of the things that I'm talking about, I always struggle. I need Wi-Fi. I need to install Wi-Fi, a reliable Wi-Fi when I'm doing live stream. Save me that hassle. You'll thank me later. Here's the last one. This one, it needs money. This camera here, I bought it at 15,800. It was on sale. This is Canon R50, right? It's mirrorless camera. It is shooting at 4K, but sampling from 6K. That's why you see the video quality is different. What if you have an amount of 100 to 150,000 that you don't know how to invest it, and you come to me and you say, Bongs, I have 150,000, but I don't know how to invest it. Can you please give me an idea of something that I can buy? I can buy material, and once I have all this material, I will start making money. Right. I will tell you this. It is a podcasting studio. A podcasting studio is very simple. You see this. This is a curtain, right? That's how I simplify this. And I will tell you this. I'm just giving you an idea. I bought this somewhere at 350, this thing. This is a very strong curtain, right? By the way, I couldn't even find it at She Street. I bought it somewhere at 350. Why I bought this thing is because this color here is dark color, so it grabs the light, right? That's why you find the dark color here. A total fee, man. You don't need something fancy. You need a garage and 3 cameras. For instance, if people are sitting like this, there has to be a camera in this direction and in this direction. The one in this direction is focusing on this guest. The one in this direction is focusing on this guest. And then you have one camera that is shooting the wide angle. Then you're done. That's a podcast in terms of cameras. Then you go to the sound system now. You need a very good sound system. You need Broadcaster Pro. I saw it somewhere going around 14,000 rand. And then you need proper mics. Then you now have the basic studio. But the colors on the wall matters because it has to be something good. If then if you want to shoot at anywhere you want, you need to buy these cameras, but then buy the lens, a lens that can blur the background. Then you can buy that. The business is shifting. The YouTube industry is now shifting towards content creators. Let me just say, content creators are now shifting towards a point where content creators they're moving towards podcasting, right? Most of them wants to own this, but it's very expensive. Equipment, you find that it costs around a minimum of it can cost you around 100 and something thousand. Like I told you, I bought 2 of these cameras last month. They were on sale. I bought them at 15,800 each. Right, I need the last camera, right? So you can calculate from there. I bought a memory card. A memory card that I bought there was 1,400. It's 256 gig. I can record even 2 hours per episode without having to stop. That's the beauty of it. So when I bought those things, I spent 32K in buying this material, right? And I still need to spend even more. But here's the thing: if you were to start here, right? If you were to own this material, if you were to buy this, it's something that I can guarantee you, it will make you money instantly, right? This one, I guarantee you, but you need to place yourself in a very good environment. For instance, I looked at, I want to give you more ideas on this one. Podcasting. I can tell you this. When I look around Durban, KZN to be specific, I don't find people with most equipment in Podcasters in KZN are very few. What if you provide them this I've seen podcasts that are being done in KZN and they're very poor in terms of quality. And that's not me saying things, but it's a fact. Podcasts that are done in KZN are very poor in terms of quality. What if you provide them what if you hire them the material and they shoot proper podcast and you just charge them a lousy 1.5 an hour? And let's see if within a year you wouldn't have gotten your money back. And from the other years, you will now be working towards the profit and the profit alone. On this one, I had Ndibuti saying she started her own studio. In a space of 6 months, she was able to get the money back, the money that she spent on that one. You'll never be Ndibuti because she had business mind. She was business minded. She knew how to market that. Just say a year, you have this. But this, I've seen Owami of Owami Entertainment here. She bought her own material, started her own podcasting studio, right? There are a lot of us who wants to start this because podcasting is now the thing, is now the in thing. If you move here, you provide only the material. You will thank me later. Here is a secret. Here, I'm going to show you something that you probably don't pay attention to. You see, the last idea where we are talking about podcasting material. You know, owning a material, owning a camera is something else. Let me give you this first. Let me give you this assurance. You see, before this camera, I was using a camera called Canon 70D. That camera, I bought it last year. Guess what? That camera was released 10 years ago, but still, I bought it at 8.5. This camera here, I bought it this year. If I were to sell it 2 years, 3 years down the line, chances are I can still, if I take care of this product, chances are I can still sell it at almost the same price. Not exactly the same price, but I'm just saying at almost the same price. Cameras, they keep value. They don't lose value. That's the beauty. All the material in this thing, it keeps value. If you want to sell it, you will never lose 50% of the money you purchase with. Never. Yes, you will lose something, probably 20% from the price you use, but I can guarantee you not below that. Depending when, obviously. That's the first thing. The second thing about owning this equipment is that owning an equipment, it means you need to understand what you are owning, the value of what you are owning, and why you are owning what you are owning. If you can understand that, then you will make more money. I'll give you an example about it. There's something that is lacking in this podcasting industry. What about you create a studio that is found in a certain place, but also can be mobile? I'll give an example. If I have a guest who is a celebrity who's not comfortable probably to leave whatever place they are living in because they feel they are more secure in that place. So they say to me, listen, if you can come with your material and shoot your podcast here, then I can give you the interview for free. Right. So then I said to you, listen, you've got a material. You say yes. And I said, listen, can we go to this place? I need to shoot an interview in this place. And then you pick up your own material and we go there to shoot your material. So you don't need to create a podcast that is centered, you don't need to create a podcast that is, you know what I'm saying? It is geographically constrained. You need to be flexible if you are looking to secure the bag in this industry. I've looked at it and I was like, yeah, we need a person that is going to close this gap. This gap is too much. This gap is too much. Right. That's the first. That's the second thing. The third thing where you need to understand the advantage of owning this equipment is that here's a perfect one. Right. I'm going to buy a third camera here, a mirrorless camera, right? Then you must ask the question, what are you going to do with the old camera, Canon 70D? This is what I'm going to do with the old camera. I'm going to turn it into I'm going to design a photography thing, right? I'm going to buy the photograph thing. It's not expensive to buy the I forgot the name of it, right? There's a controller and there's this thing that goes on top of the camera where you shoot professional pictures. The most expensive thing that I know is the lens, photography lens, right? So if I can add those things, that camera now becomes a photography dedicated camera, right? There is money to be made in photography. I'll give you an example. If I want to shoot professional pictures right now, I don't even use these cameras, though they can shoot professional 4K pictures. But I need something more than a person who's got a studio dedicated into photography. So then I know I'm going to get a professional setup, right? So I can then say, because I own this podcasting thing, I can divide my studio and say, listen, here is videography and here is photography. People are not aware of that. But with photography, you don't need to be geographically constrained as well. You need to be flexible with photography. There's money in photography, guys. I'll give an example. Take, for instance, in an event. So let's say for argument's sake, we have 3 of these cameras, and there is an event at Gold Reef City. That's an example. There's an event at Gold Reef City. They don't have people that are going to be there to take pictures. How many people are we expecting to be there? We say, we are expecting 300 people. The way people love pictures. Men generally will love pictures, but the right way. The other gender, no, they are very extreme. If I am going to charge you 20 rand per picture, right? And I take you a very good picture, professional picture, there's a background there. And I'm going to charge you 20 rand per picture. Just one picture. How many do you think they will take? We say in this event, you've got 300, 400 people. How many do you think? I, for one, for instance, I went into an event that was at Gold Reef City. It was a church music event. So I went there. Guess how many pictures I took? How much I spent on the day? I took pictures amounting to 160 rand. Right. It was probably not a big deal to me because it's just 160. But come on, come to think of it. I saw people taking also multiple pictures, different angles, different pose. A simple thing like that. So you just have to understand that owning the equipment here doesn't have to be limited to videography or the very same camera. This one, if I have to take this thing and use it for photography, I'm going to take this thing and I'm going to make more money out of this thing, right? That's type of thinking that I'm busy looking at other ways. I'm busy. I myself right now, I'm busy researching that. Okay. I don't want to own this camera and say this camera must just record these videos alone. What do I do? How do I make money out of this on my spare time? I find the photo thing, right? I found it recently, but also I found that one of the things that one needs to be aware of is owning this material. It means that, for instance, this I can shoot at 4K. It means that a person who wanna do ads, a company that wanna do an ad, I can go shoot that, provided I know what I'm doing. Because you don't need these big cameras. If you know what you're doing, you just this simple camera. I can give you a very good thing, right? I'll give you a value for your money. There are a lot of things I can do with this camera. I know, okay, a lot of people, when you're looking at a camera, they always think the traditional way, a wedding. For me, a wedding, everybody wants to shoot a wedding. So thank you. You know what I'm saying? Personally, thank you. Everybody wants to shoot a wedding. Let them go and, you know what I'm saying, shoot a wedding. I wouldn't even bother about weddings. But a business idea that is popping up these days, I want to share this one. I want to try it myself. Yeah. Somebody told me this. My sister, by the way, she told me this, and she's like, "Bongs, there is this business. Because you now have cameras, just think about this. There's this lucrative business here." But let me share. Because we are not selfish here. My sister told me that, you know what? Talk to people who are owning crashes and ask them, when they do these events, do your thing, practice your thing, be the best at what you do. She said to me, listen, you're going to make a lot of money there. There's money there. She's like, if you can deliver to one woman who owns a crash, if you can give them the best, they will tell the next owner of a crash. The next owner will tell the next owner, the next owner. So every time when there are graduations and blah, 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 you are going to be called to do that work. You understand what it means to own a... I've just tried to summarize this concept of owning video equipment. But I can tell you this. The world is moving towards fourth industrial revolution. Content creation is a biggest thing that one can do in this day and age. You have to understand that they say this nowadays, the research says a person who owns a small business, right? A person who owns a small content creating, they are classified as people who are operating in a small business. And it says that this is going to grow exponentially. So you're not wasting your money in buying this equipment. You are actually putting yourself in an advantageous position. One day, as I close this video, one day you will have to ask me about how do we manage this? Because I'm in this thing. I know the do's and don'ts because I'm filming myself to begin with. I'm filming myself. Let me show you this. You see here, what you see there is what I'm seeing here. I put this phone here. As I'm talking to you right now in that screen. That what is happening there is happening here. I'm filming myself. I can take pictures of myself as well. So that's how integrated the system is, right? I can even use my laptop now to control everything, change the settings on my laptop. That's fourth industrial revolution for you. Things are changing.